Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Loisada. Please, if this is your first time stopping by, feel free to subscribe and hit on the notification bell for you not to miss out on any of our videos. So today I'm going to teach us how to sew a cow kaftan in the easiest format that you can imagine. Now we have some materials we are going to use. We have the navy blue material folded into 4. The first one is folded into 2 and the second one into 2. One for the front and one for the back. We also have the Ankara fabric that you can see there. We have our tailor's chalk, we have our tape, our scissors, our French cuff, and we also have a long ruler that we are going to use. So these are the materials we are going to use. So first of all, we are going to take the neck width of the gown. So for the neck width, I'm using 3.5 for the neck width, and then for the neck depth for the back, I'm using 1.5, and then for the front, I'm using 6.5. I'm going to make the front neckline a V neckline. You can make any neckline of your choice. So I'm going to connect it from the 1.5 first for the back, and then the front neck depth at 0.6.5. So I'm making it a round neck, sorry. So the next thing I'm going to do is to take the full back measurements. So the full back we have here, the full back is 22.5. So I'm going to take my shoulder slope. For the shoulder slope, I'm taking 2 inches. I'm going to connect it. So we took 2 inches for the shoulder slope. We are going to connect this shoulder slope to the neck width. So we are using our long straight ruler for the connection. So after that, we are going to take a sleeve width. So for the sleeve width, I'm using 11 inches for the sleeve width, plus half an inch I will use for the seam allowance. So this is 11.5. So here becomes our chest line. We are using the full material for the bubu kaftan. So the next thing I'm going to do, where the kaftan is going to end, is that part I'm going to take the measurement, which is around my hip area. And that hip area, I have it to be 35 inches. So for you to get this measurement, all you need to do is for you to measure your client or yourself, and then know the exact point you want your hip measurement to fall, or where you want the pattern to end. So as for me, I have 35 here, so I marked the 35. So around this 35, I'm going to impute my hip measurement. The hip I'm using is 52. 52 divided by 4 is giving me 12.5. It's giving me 13 inches, sorry. So this is the 13 inches. I'm just adding half an inch or 3/4 for my sewing allowance. So all I need to do is just for me to connect this line in a shape just like this down to the sleeve area. So I'm taking it like this, and I will connect it to this point. So the circumference I have, which is the hip circumference here, that is the same circumference I will still use for the down part of the bubu gown. So we are going to adjust the material and then take the circumference and draw the line down. So at the hip area we have 12.5 plus half an inch, which gave us, plus 3/4, which gave us 13 3/4. So this 13 3/4 will mark it all the way down. So I'm going to connect the line downwards. So the next thing for us to do is to cut the bubu. So after cutting, we are going to separate the back. We are using this for the back. We'll separate it from that of the front so that we'll be able to drop the neckline for the front. So all I need to do is just to shift it out and then cut the neckline for that of the front. So the next thing we are going to do now is to separate the back totally and then place only the front so that we can put our patchwork. Let's see how it goes. So we've cut the front line, neckline. So the next thing we are going to do, we are going to use our Ankara fabric. This Ankara. So we are working with half yard of the Ankara fabric. So all we need to do is for us to cut the fabric in square shape, just the way I'm demonstrating. And after that, we are going to cut 3 of those square shapes. And after cutting it, we are going to place it on the fabric and see what the outcome is going to look like. So after cutting, the next thing we have to do is for us to fold the edges of each of those pieces, and after that we are going to iron it and then place it in front of the calf kaftan, the position we want, and then we are going to use our machine to sew them round. So the next thing I did was to place the Ankara fabric on top of the bubu gown that we've cut to cover the neck and then shape it to the desired size that I want. I also shaped the shoulder, and after that we are going to open what we have to see what it will look like when we do our patches. Remember, we have 3 pieces that we've already done. We are going to place all on the fabric and see the beautiful outlook we are going to get. If the positioning that we've kept it is okay, then we are going to sew it in that pattern. But if it is not okay, we are going to rearrange it and then see how it will come. So we are done with the finishing of the patches. I told you earlier that we are going to fold the edge like this and sew it all around. The same thing, but the one for the neckline. So if you check the edge, you can see that we folded it and sewn it. So the next thing I'm going to do is to place it on the neckline for this particular one. So this is the front of the fabric and this is the back of the fabric. So what I'm going to do is I'll place this neckline now at the back side. I'll place it like this. So after placing it on the neckline, I will pin it all around. After pinning, I will sew it and flip it over, notch it and flip it over to the front side. Then I'll pin the edges all around, make sure it is stable. I will sew it. I will bring it and show you. So we are done sewing the patchwork to the neckline. As I told you earlier, we had to place it from the back, flip it to the front after sewing, and we ironed it. It is looking very neat. So the next thing is to put these our remaining pieces that we are going to use again. So it depends. You can decide to place it like this. Let it be just box, box, box like this. But I don't want it like this. All I want is to put it on in this shape, just like this. So I'm going to pin it just like this, and then I'll put this last one at the downside of it. I'll pin it, then I'll use my sewing machine to sew it like this. I'll sew all of them, then I'll bring it back and show you. So we are done with the patch for the front side, as you can see. We've attached it to the material itself. So see how beautiful it is looking. So the next thing we are going to do is to work on the back and then do the covering of the gown. So this is the back side. This is the back side. So we are going to use bias. We'll use bias to turn this neckline, take it to the back and sew it. Then after that, we are going to place it just like this. Hold it like this. We'll sew this shoulder and sew this other shoulder as well. After sewing it, we are going to hold this edge. That is the side. So when we hold the side like this, we are going to mark 11 inches. So from the 11 inches, we are going to couple it We're going to sew it all the way down. I'll do it and I will show you. So this is the finished gown. You can see the patches, right? And the opening, I decided to open the side, the two sides, as you can see. So this is the back side, and the sleeve, I decided to add the Ankara fabric to the sleeve. So this is how it looks. So what I'm going to do now, place it on the mannequin for you to see. So this is the finished look of the Cow Kaftan Bubu we've just made together. It is looking so beautiful. So feel free to subscribe if you find this video helpful. Hit on the notification bell to see more of our beautiful videos. Until I see you in my next video, remain blessed. Bye.